All over the country over the past year and a half, we have seen Republican-controlled states, cities, counties enact new laws to restrict the powers of health agencies in their localities, whether it's at the state level, the city level, county level, whatever it is. Republican-controlled areas are trying to take away any and all power that health officials may have. And of course, the reason for this is because they're angry over COVID restrictions, right? They don't like masks. Yeah, we heard you. We've seen your temper tantrums online. They don't think we should have mandates of any kind. They don't want limits on the number of people in a certain building. They want everybody to be able to do whatever the hell they want in these Republican areas. And so the leadership, the people with power, are passing laws saying you can't do this anymore. Health association, health officials, people who understand what this means. Let me read what some of these laws do. Under a new law in Ohio, Franklin County's health commissioner, Joe Mazzola, can no longer intervene. County health department was stripped of its power to compel people to wear masks, even as the Omicron variant fuels a fifth coronavirus surge in the U.S. The number of states that have passed laws similar to Ohio's is proliferating fast, from 8 identified in one study in May to more than double that many as of last month. These laws, which are the work of Republican legislators, inhibit health officers' ability to require masks, promote vaccinations, or take other steps, such as closing or limiting the number of patrons in a restaurant, bars, and other indoor public settings. Often the measures shift those decisions from health experts to elected officials at a time when such coronavirus fighting strategies have become politically radioactive. And of course, there's other states, Indiana, Tennessee, Arkansas, more from Ohio, Georgia, Florida, all over the place. But here's the catch. These public health officials aren't just fighting COVID. They're also in charge of things, like health inspections for restaurants. They're in charge of containing any kind of foodborne outbreak in their areas. They're in charge of other public health issues, possibly other pathogens, other, mini pandemics, disease outbreaks in their areas. By stripping them of their powers during this COVID time doesn't mean that as soon as COVID's over, they're going to get those powers back. Oh, no. This means that if a local restaurant in one of these areas happened to be violating the health code, was swarming with rats, these health officials wouldn't be able to come in and shut them down. They would have to present their case to the elected officials. Then the elected officials would be the ones to have to make a decision to close the doors of a small business in their county. Oh, we know how that's going to go. Hope you enjoy eating next to rats, folks. Because that is one of the unintended consequences, which, by the way, the Washington Post does point out, of these legislations. So, that's what it is. Because Republicans are so whiny, because they're so afraid of a piece of fabric over their mouth, they're endangering us in many more ways than just with the pandemic. These laws are going to backfire, and it's the people living in the reddest areas of the country who will suffer the most from it.